Great. So good morning, students. My name is Mohit Singh, and with me I have Mr. Rajesh Raina, and we both have joined up this meeting and organized this meeting for you in order for the students to get the SCC Online know much better, and also for the SCC Online and Hein Online training. Now, this particular software is a legal research software, and we'll talk more about this in the we can say latest part of the session. But before that, I would like to know from your side, students, if there is any concern while using the SCC Online, or is there any feature which you would like to address in this particular session? If there is any, please use the chat box window. We'll also have the question answers round at the end of this session. So firstly, we'll cover up the SCC Online, and then we'll cover up the Hein Online session. With that note, I will just start sharing my screen. Any of the student can just confirm whether they see my screen sharing. Students, can you please confirm whether do you see
Yes,
my
sir,
screen?
we can see.
All right, thank you so much. So student, this is the SCC Online website through which you can use the SCC Online software. I would just like to ask from the student side, is there any student who has not used this SCC Online software before, or just going to use it for the first time, so that I can change my training pattern accordingly?
Yes, sir. I have not used this before, sir.
All right, sure. And so I'll take this session as a basic session as well as some of the bit of the advanced session, right? So I'll just cover up all the features today, and I'll try my best to give you all the information which I have today. Now, students, please remember that SCC Online is one software, but in order to use the SCC Online, you would need another type of software that is called MyLoft, MYLOFT. Now, this software is required in those situations in which you're not able to go to the university due to this pandemic, and you also wanted to access SCC Online. So your university has subscribed to MyLoft services through which a user can remotely use the e-resources such as SCC Online or the Hein Online, right? So first of all, we'll talk about the MyLoft and how you can log in the SCC Online via that portal. Now, in order to use the MyLoft, students, first of all, what you need is an email. Now, this email is basically an invitation coming towards you from MyLoft. So the moment you receive an invitation, you would be receiving that in this manner from no reply @ myloft.xyz. Now I'll repeat my statement that in case you have not received this invitation in your inbox, do not worry. I'll coordinate with Ms. Monica ma'am and I'll give you the invitation right away. Now in this invitation, it's written as that, dear XYZ, we are glad to inform you that the SCC Online so and so has been subscribed under the MyLoft. Now you can click on set password button to set your MyLoft account, right? So every student will have their own credentials in order to use the MyLoft account. And there you go. I have already used this link before. So I'll just click on sign in. In your scenario, you would be required to sign in with the university email ID, right? You must be having some kind of university email ID with you. So you need to put in that email over here. And while signing in, this software will also ask you to select your institute. Now, when select your institute, for the time being, please type SCC Online. So please type it like this, SCC Online, and please click on continue. It will ask for the email through which you have received this invitation and also the password which you have just created. So I'll just put in both the parameters over here. I'll just minimize this and I click on sign in. Just a second, I guess something may have gone wrong. There you go. So now I'm in the MyLoft application. Again, MyLoft is required in order to use or in order to reach to SCC Online website, even though if you're not working or if you're not studying from the university library. Now, over here in this portal, it is very easy to use. You go to e-resources and you go to databases. Once you click on databases, You'll get to see two icons over here of the databases, SCC Online and DOAJ. You click on SCC Online, and then in a new tab, SCC Online website will pop up. I would like to know from the student side if they have any kind of confusion on the MyLog process, because I wanted to make it clear that this is the login process that you need to follow in order to reach to this website. Some of the students might skip these steps and therefore they will not be able to log in. So this step is very necessary. Again, if the concern is regarding the invitation, do not worry. After the session, we'll give you the invitation as well. So again, if you have any doubt with the MyLog process, please unmute yourself and let us know. Otherwise, I'll just move forward. So this is SCC Online website. Now, SCC Online is a product of Eastern Book Company. You must have heard about this name, SCC Online Journals, SCC Journals, Eastern Book Company, right? So Eastern Book Company started publishing in the year of 1969, and they started publishing the Supreme Court judgments with their head notes, or we can say digest notes or summaries of the case as well. Now, that was the print edition. When we talk about the web edition, which is this SCC Online website, it contains much more data than the print edition, because some of the students still believes that the SCC Online only contains the Supreme Court judgment. That's not true. It also contains some other judgments and some other documents as well. How can I see all those things? You click on data coverage over here. You click on web edition, and all those databases which we cover will be shown onto your screen. So I'll just scroll down in a bit. So there you go. In Indian case law, we cover the Supreme Court of India coming from 1950 till date, and with the 1969 till date with true printout. Now, true printout simply means the way we have published this judgment in our journal, you will get the same printout, which is acceptable in the court as well. So from 1969 onwards, you will get the SCC Online Journal's true printout. Apart from that, we have the federal court judgments, in which it contains the federal court reports from 1939 to 1950 with true printout, Law Weekly, ILR series, ILR Allahabad, ILR Patna, and many other series are contained under federal court category. When we scroll down, we have the Privy Council category, in which we contain the Indian Appeals, Most Indian Appeal, Law Weekly, ILR series, Weekly Notes, and many other series which are there in the Privy Council. If you scroll down, then we get the High Court's bifurcation over here. Click on View More. There you go. So High Courts, all the High Courts are being covered in SCC Online, Allahabad High Court, Andhra Pradesh High Court. Whichever High Court judgment you would like to see, it is there in SCC Online. Talking about the District Court, we only cover the landmark judgments of the District Court. We do not cover all the judgments coming in from the District Court level. We also cover the Historical Court, in which we cover the Ajmer Court, Goa, Kutch, Lahore, and many other historical courts, which you can see in the list as well. Scrolling down, we also cover the tribunals and commissions. When we see the tribunals, then the list is huge. As you can see, Appellate Tribunal for Advanced Ruling, APTEL, APFEMA, ATFP, ATNDPS, and many other tribunals, which are for your relevance in order for you to do research, are there in SCC Online. Now, talking about the database, the data is huge. It's approx 4.4 million documents in a database, but the main concern of a researcher is to find the relevant document in minimal time as possible, right? Just like you log in and you know where to point and where to enter the data through which you can get the results as quickly as possible. So our main motto of today's session is to give you enough methodologies, enough different training techniques of SCC Online through which you'll be able to minimize the effort and maximize the output by using SCC Online software. Also, apart from the case laws, we have the Indian statutes, in which we have the central acts, state acts, rules and regulations, circulars, notifications, instructions, bills in parliament, and constitutional orders. In bills in parliaments, we do not cover the live debates. We only cover the bills which have been introduced by anyone of the house or which has been passed by anyone of the house. Moving ahead, we have the Indian secondary materials in which we cover Constituent Assembly debates, reports of commission and committees, legal articles, treaties, and most importantly, we also cover the moot court resources. If any of the member is trying to prepare a team for the moot court resources and wanted to see the past moot court competition data, then you can see it in the SCC Online. So again, we can talk about the database for a much longer time, but that is not the motive over here. The motive is how we can search the documents in SCC Online. Again, let me ask you this, students, that if you have any confusion in the MyLog, then please let me know. Otherwise, I'll just move forward with the SCC Online login process. All right. So under SCC Online, we have this login button over here. We click on it, and then we see IP login. Now, student, please remember, if you do not see this IP login button over here, that simply means something may have gone wrong while using MyLoft. And with that, I mean is, please redo the steps while going into the MyLoft, clicking on e-resources, and then clicking on SCC Online. So till the time you do not see this, that simply means please redo your MyLoft steps. So you see this IP login now. For the first time, students, please click on register here. You click on register here. It will ask me for my login ID. So I'll just type any random login ID over here. Register and login. Okay, already exists. Just a second. All right. Now it will ask me for my graduation year. For the students, you need to fill up this information. For the faculty members, please type 9999 so that we can get to know that these many faculty members have been logged in the SCC Online. Now, okay, now we have logged in the SCC Online dashboard. Again, students, please confirm if you have any confusion with the MyLoft login and any confusion with the SCC Online login.
No, sir, we don't.
All right, moving ahead. Um, in the SCC Online dashboard, it is very easy to use today. So basically, you have two research rows over here. The first one is in the blue, the second one is in the red, and the third one are the links to the external websites. Now, in the research row, you can see that we have word search, we have find case law by section, citation, party name, and topic wise. Whenever you are researching by entering something or by keying in something in order to get the result, then all the research styles are going to help you a lot. And in case you just wanted to browse some information from the library portal, just like you're visiting your physical library, this is a virtual library. So in case you just wanted to browse some information, then you can simply go to any of the red tiles and you can browse the information without entering any data. So I believe we have to take care of the basic, we can say, function of the SCC Online and also the advanced function. So let me take up this example, which is very useful for the students. That is browse created topics under my library. Now, browse created topics is a newly added tile in which what we have done over here is we have made some big headings according to the area of research of a researcher. Now, over here in these topics, it depends upon the researcher which topic he or she would like to choose. So, for example, my interest is in the corporate and commercial law. So I click on corporate and commercial law. We all know that corporate and commercial law is a very wide topic and it contains many subcategories in it, such as aviation law, banking and finance, securities law, and many other laws are there in the corporate and commercial law. Our main motive in order to design this style is to give you the bifurcation of the subcategories, which falls under the principal category, and also the data according to that category. So let me show it to you. So for example, I click on any one of these. I click on competition law, for example. Let me zoom in the screen for you. So in the competition law, we have statutes, we have rules and regulations, we have notifications, we have case law, and we have articles. Let me open them one by one. So in the statutory law, we can see that under competition law, there are many different acts which are being discussed over here. Now, what are these? So basically, What we have done over here is we have not only taken the principal act, that is the Competition Act 2002, but we have also taken all those acts and particular sections which discuss about the competition law. So rather than just getting the principal act of the category, you're also getting all those sections and act which discuss about the competition law. Moving ahead, we have rules and regulations over here. You click on it and you'll get to see the compact, the CCI form, and many other rules regarding the category you have selected. Similarly, we have notifications, and most importantly, what a researcher would like to see is all the important case laws on the topic which I have chosen. So I have chosen this competition law. So all the important handpicked case laws will be right onto your screen, and all of these case laws are really very important, right? So basically, all the information has been gathered under one place and then presented it to you under the tile of browse created topics. So rather than you jumping from tile to tile in order to get all the information, browse created topics contains all of them in one place. One more thing which has been recently added under browse created topics is in case you would like to see the constitutional law matters under Supreme Court. So for example, you would just like to see what all bench which were constituted for the account of constitutional law matters and how many judges bench were there. So we click on constitutional law and it gives us a brief idea that there were different quorum strength constituted from Supreme Court of India on the account of constitutional law matters. So over here we can see 5 judges bench matters, 6 judges bench, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 13. So for the 13th one, we already know that it was Keswananda Bharti case which discussed about the constitution matters. But in case we wanted to see something else, let's say for example 9 judges bench. So there are many cases in which 9 judges bench was constituted in Supreme Court of India for the said matter. So this is how you can see that information as well. So everything has been combined into one place through which you can see that information. Apart from that, whenever you are seeing any document in SCC Online, you will always see this toolbar on the top right of your screen, not on the extreme top, but yes, somewhere in the middle. So over here, you can see that this is the icon to make the screen into the full screen mode. This is the icon to make the machine read out the judgment for you. This is the icon to save the judgment. This is the icon to email the judgment, to print the judgment, increase or decrease the text size, to share the link of the judgment, and many other features are also there, which we will cover in our later examples. So this is first style which I wanted to ask. Since we have limited members in this meeting, I would like to make this meeting as a workshop meeting in which if you have any confusion of any feature, you can just stop me then and there and you can ask me the question regarding that feature, right? So we are going back to the home screen now. This was browse created topics, and in order to go back, we are clicking on the dashboard icon. So similarly, we have different library tiles, all work in the same fashion. You just click on the left hand side and you get the data on the right hand side. Now, next most important tile is browse acts and rules. Browse acts and rules gives you constitutional acts, the Constitution of India, the articles, the central acts, the state acts, central notification and state notification. I hope that your university has subscribed to the Indian law. If you have subscribed for the international package, then you will always see these international acts as well from different countries. So you have COI over here, through which you can see all the articles. You have central act, central notification, state act, and state notification. Let's take any central act. So all the acts which are generally used by the course on day-to-day basis, all those acts have been kept over here and the rest of the acts have been kept in the alphabetical order. So let's take any act. I guess you must be reading about the contract law or contract act. So I'll just take the contract act for the example. So the whole act will be populated on the right hand side. There you go. And now you can read the whole act. You can save the whole act and you can also take the printout or email the whole act. Now, the important information over here is, let's say you take any section. Let's take section number 7. Whenever you read any section of any act, this is the original information coming from the act. Acceptance must be absolute is the heading, and this is the information coming in from the bare act. Now over here, just below that, there is also some blue highlighted information coming towards you. Now this information has been embedded by the editors of Eastern Book Company, and as per them, there are some important judgment on section number 7 of contract law, which might be of your benefit. So as you can see, there is a judgment of offer and acceptance, formation of contract by auction, and acceptance. Now these paragraphs have not been prepared by us. These paragraphs have been taken from the judgment itself, right? And what are all those judgments? Those judgments are written over here in the blue highlighted, we can say blue hyperlink citation. So we click on it, and the judgment which talks about section number 7 of Contract Act will be right onto your screen. So there you go. This is PSA Mumbai versus Board of Trustees, and I can read the whole judgment. Now, this is not the whole judgment. This is just the summary. Let me zoom in the screen for you. This is the party name, and this is just the summary part. This black portion is called the head note, and this has been made by the editors of Eastern Book Company. But when you scroll down, just real quick, just a second, let me scroll it down for you. There you go. So the judgment of the court was delivered by Justice Nariman sir, and this is how I can read the whole judgment. Or else I can just read the head note and get the idea of what the judgment is talking about. The contract implicit relief, formation of contract, offer and acceptance, acceptance, arbitration clause contained in the draft concession agreement, forming a part of request for proposal RPF document. This is how I can get the idea that this judgment is talking on these grounds. In case this judgment also contains any act or any section which has been discussed, then we highlight that act and that section under the head note itself. So in case you wanted to recall the information, you simply click on section number 7, and only section number 7 will pop up in a new window. Again, if you wanted to recall the whole act, you click on the act name, and this whole act will be populated in a new window. So through which this hyperlinkage system has been made for you in order for you to recall the information real quick. So this was just the head note preparation. I hope you got this information now. And let me go back to the main screen one more time. So this is the dashboard icon. There you go. So we have covered up the browse created topics. We have also covered up the browse action rules. Browse articles is also a very good tile for a researcher to know about different topics on which articles have been made from these many universities. So we have law review journals, we have blogs, we have reports, we have collected essays, and we have Tagore law lectures as well. Now, in case you wanted to find any article, one way is to please click on this category and then click on any university category which you would like to see. So for example, I will just open this GNLU as an example. So GNLU 7th edition 2020, and there you go. This is an article. The other way is you just go into this filter icon and you put in the name on which you would like to see the article upon. So I would like to see the article with the name as hate speech, or the title as hate speech. So there you go. There is an article on the hate speech and freedom of speech. It is coming in from the Aligarh Law Journal. So this is how you can research on different articles as well. Coming towards the main screen. Then we have some browse secondary materials, browse treaties, and moot court resources. Moot court resources again is a very important tile in order to prepare for the moot court competition. Let me show in this one as well. So for example, let's take any past moot court competition, MIT Lucknow. All right. All right. So in MIT Lucknow moot court competition, which held in 2018 in Lucknow, this was the moot proposition. This was the problem. And then what was the winner team memo from the appellant side and winner team memo from the respondent side, both have kept over here. So this is how you can get the whole extract of how the moot court competition problem was and how the different teams tackled this problem and won the moot court competition. So this is very handy for the researchers. Now, the library portion is self-explanatory because all the different tiles works in the same fashion. You just click on the left-hand side and you get the information on the right-hand side. But when you are trying to research onto a particular topic, onto we can say finding a case law via citation or via party name, then the research plus section is going to help you. Now into the research plus, we have different ties. Let us start with the find by topic. Now find by topic again is a newly added tile which allows the user to search upon different topics. But it also helps the user in some way. So how it helps the user? So basically you wanted to find some cases on let's say contract act. So there you go, contract and specific relief. So it helps the user to give them the suggestion that under contract and specific relief, these are the main keywords through which you can do your search upon. So there is a keyword called agency. Are you looking for construction or interpretation of contract, void and voidable contracts, performance of contract, or what exactly are you looking for in the principal category? So I was looking for void and voidable contracts. Once you have selected the category, then you have the information that do you want it to be searched globally, like in the whole database, or you only want it to be searched in the digest note, which has been made by the editors, or you only wanted to search this under the heading of the digest note. So let me search it only the digest note first of all, and I click on the go section. Then you'll understand that how a digest note looks like. So there you go. Now the results are coming in onto my screen, and those results are 289. Now these results only consist of digest notes. I click on the plus sign and only Supreme Court are coming up. Over here, digest note is denoted by the icon D, and number 3 simply means that these many judges were there in the bench. Again, D3, D4 and D5. D5 simply means 5 judges were there in the bench. Now, in the digest note, first of all, we write the principal heading over here. Then we write the subheading, specific contract. And then the, we can say title of the digest note, that what the digest note is talking about. So it's talking about section number 18, contract represented by Poker Delivery is a contract for sale of a certain goods, no property in goods, passes to buyer till goods are ascertained. Again, this is just a short summary of a law point which was discussed in the case of Jute and Gunny Brokers Limited versus Union of India. If you think that this digest note is helping you, well and good. Otherwise, please go to any other digest note. So this digest note is talking about void contract, absence of one of the trustees. Again, if this is helping you, please click on the citation and this full case will be opened up in a new window. So this is how a digest note helps the researcher to minimize their time and getting the best output as they can. So find by topic works in this way. Let me also pull up another example of find by topic. For example, the topic which you would like to see, you do not remember that whether this topic falls under which category, and thus it can take up a lot of time in order for you to open each and every category and then search for your data, whether it falls under this category or that category, right? So in order to cater that problem, for example, I would like to search upon child custody. And I do not remember that child custody falls under the this act or under this category or under this section, right? So what I'll do is I'll just write child custody over here, and it will give me all those data that it falls under which categories. So it falls under conflicts and law and private international law. It also falls under the family and personal laws. So in case if I click on search in headings over here and I click on child custody, then only those digest notes will be coming onto my screen in which conflicts of laws and private international law is the heading of the digest note. In case I click on the digest notes only, then doesn't matter which heading I have chosen, it will give me all the digest note coming in from this keyword. In case I have clicked on search everywhere, then again, it will be searched as a global search. In whichever document this child custody word is appearing, it will show me that document. So I click on go and let us see what all those documents in which child custody word has appeared. So there you go, 889 results in which we have different categories of data, digest notes, judgments, acts, rules, and many other categories are over here. So let's take digest notes, Supreme Court, and the moment I take my cursor in front of Supreme Court, it says only. Only simply means that I only wanted to see the Supreme Court digest notes and all the other categories will be deselected. And now I can see that all the digest notes are over here. So again, this is the heading of conflict of laws and private international law. And when I click on the second one, this is the heading of family and personal law. So both the headings are included in the global search and also in the digest note. But when you go into search in headings, then you can separate them by clicking on whichever heading subcategory. So I hope this example helps you to understand that which topic falls under which category. And in case you do not remember the topic, you can simply go and check the category which through which you can find your subtopic in it. So that was your find by topic category. I'll just go to the dashboard and just decided on the right hand side, we have words and phrases. Words and phrases is also a very good tile in order for a researcher to know the meaning of a legal word. Now, the meaning of a legal word can be taken in from any third party websites if we research on Google. However, the information which is coming on those websites can or cannot be relied upon at some time, right? So in SCC Online, whenever you would like to find any meaning of a legal word, you get a surety that this meaning is coming in from an authentic source. Now that authentic source is, let me show it to you. So for example, we all know what is the meaning of bail, right? So we type in the meaning or we can type in the word bail and we click on the show button. Over here, we can see that this first line or first paragraph starts from here and it goes till here, right? Now, this first paragraph has been taken from this judgment that is called A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras. In this judgment, a judge has defined what is the meaning of bail, and that is how we have derived that information from that judgment to this type. So rather than us writing down the meaning of it, we have just taken the definition from the judgment itself. Similarly, we have different judgments over here in which you can find out the meaning of bail. So as you can see, this second paragraph goes from here till here. And similarly, we have third paragraph which starts from here and goes till here. Apart from the judgment information, we also have this what abbreviation included in this information. Now, this information simply represents that this has been taken from Walton Dictionary of Law. And this is how I can conclude my whole information that yes, we have two sources. First is the Walton Dictionary of Law. Second, in which any judge has defined the meaning of bail. And thirdly, if any statute has the definition of that word. So this is how you can rely on to this information. Let me go back. So I'll just click on the dashboard icon one more time. And now I'll just go towards, let's say, find by party name. Again, find by party name is very useful and very easy to use type. So let me skip this. So find by party name has two options in it, search by party name and search by famous case names. Search by party name includes two parameters. First, you need to select the court and second, you need to enter the party name. But search by famous case name does not include any of those parameters. It only pick in only those cases which were there in the national media headline or those were the famous cases of India. Now let's recall some of the famous cases, just like for example, Ayodhya case. So this was the headline of the news, Ayodhya case. So if we type that and if I click on find case, I can get the citation as well as the party name. Let's take any other case. Nirbhaya case was very famous case. So Nirbhaya case, find case, and there you go. again the party name and the citation. So only those cases which were there in the headline will be shown over here in search by famous case names. Search by party name works in a very simple manner. First of all, please select the court, Supreme Court, High Court, or whichever court you're looking for. In case you do not have the proper information that I'm looking from which court, please click on all jurisdiction, right? So I click on all jurisdiction over here, and then over here I put in the party name. So I'm just taking a very basic example over here. I'm taking an example of the case of SP Gupta versus Union of India. So I type SP Gupta versus Union of India. Find case and no results found. Now that simply means that an error has occurred, and that is how we have not got the information which we were looking for. The only problem is, please do not use versus or v dot in between the parties. So please remove that, click on find case, and you'll get the results. Now, since we have clicked on all jurisdiction, it is now searching in the DLT, in the Delhi, in the ELT, in the CAT, and many other different jurisdiction. The moment I define the parameter as Supreme Court and click on find case, the results will be less, of course. In case I do not have the information about the party name, like I have the partial information available, I do not remember whether it was Union of India or something else, I click on find case. Again, it will give me the best matches through which I can get to see that it was a 1981 case. So this is how I can click on the go button and I can open that case. So this SP Gupta versus Union of India will be opened up in a new window, and through which I can get to see the judgment, and also I can get to see some digest notes along with the judgment. Now the moment the judgment has opened up, it is also saying over here that is, this case was partly overruled in Scora versus Union of India. Now partly overruled simply means that if that case has decided 10 law points or 10 points of law which were decided in this case, then some of the law points have been overruled in Scora versus of India. Now the question over here arises that what are those law points on which this case has been overruled? I wanted to see those cases or see those points of law. Now over here we can see that we have 7 judges bench, and the J simply means you're looking at the full text of a judgment. The D simply means you're looking at the digest note. Now, if you remember that there were 52 points of law that were there in SP Gupta versus Union of India. It is highly possible that from 52 numbers or 52 points of law, there can be 1 or 2 or many digest note or many points of law which can get overruled, right? How can we find those overruled law points? That is the question. The answer is very simple. The moment you open any case in SCC Online via find by citation or via find by party name, you go into this search within search result on the top left, and you put in the word overruled. You click on the search bar, and all the points of law which have been overruled by any other case will be coming onto your screen. So as you can see, out of 52, I guess, there are 5 results in which judgment is also included. So a total of 4 results. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 digest notes are there in which they have been overruled. Now, this red exclamatory mark also represents that this point of law which you're trying to read has already been struck down. Let me click on this. So this point of law talks about Constitution of India, Article 217, Subpart 1, power of appointment of judges of High Court held executive in nature and rests in President. On this point of law, what was the opinion coming in from Justice Bhagwati sir, written over here? What was the opinion coming in from Faisal Ali sir, written over here? Opinion coming in from Justice Desai sir, Justice Pathak sir, Justice Venkataramaiah sir. Every opinion of a judge is written over here. And then in the footnotes, you can see it was overruled in Scora versus of India 1993 and held overruled in Scora versus of India 2016. Similarly, if I click on any one of these, I will get the same information. However, for the last digest note, the red exclamatory mark is not present. That simply means that the word overruled must have appeared somewhere in this digest note. So as we can see, at this point of law, state of Punjab versus Sodhi Sukhdev Singh, which was an older case that is from 1961, got examined and overruled. So if you go into this case, state of Punjab versus Sodhi Sukhdev Singh, you will clearly able to see that this case has been overruled in SP Gupta versus Inn of India. So backward referencing and forward referencing both we cover in the SCC Online. The case in which the present case got overruled and all those cases which got overruled in the present case, both are included in SCC Online. So as you can see, that information is available. Also, what all cases in which SC Gupta got relied on or explained or any other treatment, everything is mentioned in the footnotes. Relied on in this one, explained on in this one, and relied on in this one. So this is how I can get to see multiple information in one place in the form of digest notes. Going back to the judgment section. Again, students, if you have any confusion regarding any feature which I have shown till now, please pause me and ask me if you have any doubts on that. Going ahead. So in the judgment section, in case I would like to copy any extract from the judgment, how can I do that? A very simple feature, but it is very important for a researcher. So for that, what I can do is I simply scroll down to the judgment text. Right? So this is how I scroll down. But the other way is I simply click on the judge's name. Let's say I wanted to read the extract authored by Justice A.C. Gupta sir. So I click on his name and there you go. And now I can see there are some small notepad icon appear over here. I single click on this, single click on the second one, single click on the third one. All these three paragraphs have been selected. And now I click on this button that is called Smart Copy. All these three paragraphs will pop up in a new window through which you will be able to copy and paste it into your Word file. Also, you can email it to yourself or any other colleague of yours. So this is the copying process. Apart from that, I guess we can move on to some other screen and then we'll come back for some advanced features over here. So we are going back with the dashboard icon. And then we click on Find by Citation. Find by citation, again, it's a very easy tile. But yes, whenever you have a citation, you can use this style for sure. This style contains not only the SCC journals, but you can also type in the other journal citation. As you can see, you click on this drop down and you get the all the list of different journal citations. So you wanted to write down the AIR over here, ITR, Criminal Law Journal, KLT, MP Law Journal, Rajasthan, and any other journal citation which you would like to enter, you can write it over here. Rajasthan Law Weekly, for the example. So it does not matter like that. Otherwise, you can also write down the name. So Rajasthan, there you go, AIR, SCC Online Rajasthan, both are over here. All right. Now I can get the example. Let's take the AIR for example. So there you go, AIR 2010 and SC1. So even if you enter the other journal citation, if that judgment has been printed by the SCC Online as well, then surely you will get to see the SCC journal in that. So as you can see, I have typed in the AIR citation, but I'm getting the SCC journal citation over here. You can note it down and you can also take the true printout. Also, in case you wanted to note down the equivalent citations, then you can go into the digest note, scroll down, and there you go. SCC, SCC Criminal, Criminal LJ, ECRN, AIC, and AIR, everything has been mentioned over here. So equivalent citations are over here in the digest notes. Going toward the judgment section, there is one more very important thing which we can cover in this particular tile. That is, how can we take the true printout of a judgment? So the true printout of a judgment can be taken from here. You can hover your mouse. Let me zoom in the screen for you. You go into the print section. You click on TP. TP is called the true printout, and the second one is called the non-true printout. So you click on TP. It will pop up in a new window through which it will ask you a number of pages. So let's take 2 pages and click on the print icon. The moment you click on print, it will give you that printout which is for sure acceptable in the code and also which has been printed in the SCC Online journal. So let me click on the print icon one more time. You need to allow the pop-up from the window section. So I have already allowed that, and that is how I got the screen. So there you go. Now this particular print is obviously different from the web edition because this is called the true printout. The way we have published the judgment in our book, you will get the same exact printout of that judgment, which is surely acceptable in the course. So this was the true printout. How can we take the true printout? Going back to the dashboard, we click on this dashboard icon and find case law by section. So we click on find case law by section, and then we can get to see how can we enter or how can we see the cases through the act and the sections. So what I mean to say over here is that in case you are trying to locate a case law with the help of an act and of a section, then you can surely use this style. How can you enter the data? It is very simple. Please search for any act which you would like to see. So penal code is appearing as an example. So let's take penal code, find in title. So there you go. The whole penal code with all the sections over here have been have appeared onto your screen. So when we scroll down, we can get to see all these sections. So let's take any section. Let's take 302 for the example. So 302 is over here. We click on the go button, and all those cases in which IPC section 302 has been discussed will be right onto your screen. So there you go, 37,000 results. You can filter down the information via various ways. First of all, on which category you would like to see only Supreme Court digest notes, then you can simply click over here. Or else you also wanted to see the data coming in from a particular time period. So the time graph is on the bottom left corner. You can scroll down the information or the data, and you can define a particular time period from 2013 to 2021 from Supreme Court, how many 302 cases have been delivered, right? So this is how you can filter down the information from 37,000 to only 306. So this is again a very important tile for you to research upon. Let's go back to the dashboard. Word search. Now, word search is the most important tile of SCC Online, and this is basically the mini Google of SCC Online. Whichever citation, whichever party name, whichever keyword you put in over here, it will search in all the tiles of SCC Online. Now, in order for this tile to understand, you need to make sure that whichever query you're typing in, it should be or it should contain only the main important words of the query. Let me give you an example so that you can understand it better. Let's say I'm looking for the latest cases of defamation delivered by Supreme Court of India, and that too from the year of 2021. It should be the latest cases of this year, right? So how can I filter down that information? How can I search for that information in SCC Online? So let's frame the query first of all. So the query can be something like this. So latest cases from 2021 on defamation from Supreme Court of India. I guess this can be written up in case you are using the Google, or in case you're using any search engine, then this type of query is very normal when you're searching on those platforms. Now over here in SCC Online, whenever you're typing out your query, you need to keep in mind what is the most important word of the query. And I need some interaction with the students now, that what the students thinks, what is the most important word of this query. It's not that hard. Please try your luck.
So defamation.
Absolutely. So the main word of this query was defamation. Why not Supreme Court of India? Because obviously Supreme Court of India is common, but on which topic we would like to see, that is the main thing over here, right? So spot on, Miss. I do not remember your name right now. So thank you so much for your input. But yes, that is the key of researching on SCC Online, defamation. Similarly, when we are framing any other query, we can do it like this. So first of all, let us do this search completely, and then we'll move forward towards any other query. So we click on defamation, and then we click on the search bar. All those cases in which the word defamation has appeared will come onto my screen. So 9,000 results have come up. And from these 9,000 results, I can now filter down my query. So I can now filter down my query as in I go into the judgment section, I click on Supreme Court only, and 257 results have come up. J2, you already know what that means. 1985 simply means the date of decision. Similarly, 2015, similarly 2016. In case I want to get the latest data, I click on sort by, I click on this button. I can get to see that chronological latest first, oldest first, quorum smallest first, or quorum largest first. So I click on latest first. The latest cases on the account of defamation will coming onto yours on my screen. So this case is coming in from the June 3rd, 2021. This is Vinod Duavasrin of India, in which it is discussing about the topic of defamation. Now, you must be thinking that this case is not uh, the similar case which we have observed from the previous examples, in terms of that it does not contain the head note. As you can see, this is the case, this is the party name, and right from there itself, the judgment has started. So that simply means the head notes are in the process right now. So see students, head notes, whenever we are making the head note, whenever the editors are making the head notes, first of all, they read the whole case, and then they make their observation that what all acts and what all sections have been discussed in this case, what was the opinion of the judges, and from which paragraph we are taking this opinion from. Every information is a very minute and very precise information that can take up a lot of time. So whenever you are seeing any latest case, just like this one, then please remember the head notes are in the process. And whenever you see any oldest case, not that much oldest, but just we can say, let's take an example of 2020 or 2015, or whichever example we can get, you can get to see that yes, head nodes are present with the hyperlinkage, just like we have discussed this earlier. So yeah, that is the difference between the latest case and the case which contains the head node. All right, going back towards the word search one more time. Now in the word search, let us take one more example over here. So let us take a case of a family law case in which we would like to see what should be the minimum interim maintenance given to the second wife of a man in case they've got their divorced. I'll just repeat my statement again, that under the family law case, what should be the minimum interim maintenance given to the wife of a man in case they've got divorced? How can I frame my query? Again, I would need some interaction with the students one more time, that what should be the best keywords for this query. Anyone who would like to contribute? Let me write up the statement over here so that you can get the idea what I'm talking about. So it's a family law case in which what should be the minimum interim maintenance given to a wife, right? So again, the story goes on, but I guess this is the main context of the whole query. Anyone who would like to contribute that what should be the main important words of the query?
So maybe minimum interim maintenance.
All right, minimum interim maintenance. Miss, what's your name?
Sir Aditi.
Aditi. Aditi, thank you so much. It's correct. But apart from this, do you think there is any word through which we can search upon apart from this one? All right, let me help you. So basically, it does not matter whether you have one word, you have multiple words, or you have a long story through which you can search upon. You can always filter down the query to the bare minimum words. And how you can do that? First of all, please do not look for the important words. Please do look for not so important words, the plain English words, such as given to a wife. We can delete that. What should be the in which case, right? And I guess minimum as well, because interim maintenance can suffice that. So there you go. Just by deleting the not so important legal words, we have got our important words now. Now, just like I've said before, it does not matter whether you have one important word or many important words, we will still be able to research. So there are two ways. Either you can click on the search bar right over here, or the second alternate method, which is designed for multiple keywords, just like this one. Let me show you that as well. So whenever your query contains some multiple keywords in it, just like this one, please search for the first keyword that you think is very important. So in my query, I see like that family law is very important, first of all. So I'll search with the family law only. Now, one thing which you keep in mind, students, that whenever you are searching for a word which is also a legal phrase, so family law is considered as a legal phrase in our arena. So whenever you are searching for a legal phrase, please use double inverted commas. And this is not confined to the SCC Online platform. This is a universal practice which I always do on Google in order to do the precise research on other platforms as well, on the YouTube as well. So double inverted commas make sure and tells the software that we are searching for one legal phrase. All right, family law. Click on the search bar and the family law cases will be searched or will be displayed onto my screen. Now the main question comes in play that search, how can we, how can we search the rest of the query? The rest of the query can be searched by this method that is called search within search results. So in which I will put in the second important keyword. In my case, that was interim maintenance. There you go. I click on the search bar and you already know that why I have put in the double inverted commas. And thirdly, I can put in the wife, I can put in the second wife, I can put in the, we can say spouse, I can put in the divorce, I can put in any word I would like to put in. So it solely depends upon my personalization, upon my choice of keywords. So I'm just taking the example of wife. There you go. All right. So now the cases have been reduced from 3000 to 371 until 280. In order to save your time, please go to digest notes. Please go to the high courts only, or please go to any judgment section through which you can filter down what exactly are we looking for. So there you go. This is Kangal Lakshmi versus V. Venkateshwar, or let's say second one. All right. Suresh Fuller versus Vijay Fuller. Hindu law, prayer for interim maintenance in favor of LG's second wife. Question whether appellant is a second wife, and if so, whether she would be entitled to claim maintenance and considered issue in main proceeding. Without deciding the question for the time being, appellant should be allowed for interim maintenance at the rate of 2000 per month. This is somewhat relevant for what I was searching. And if I scroll down and get to see the other head notes as well, I will be able to find the information which I'm looking for. So students, please always remember, whenever you are trying to do a research, you are not trying to locate only one judgment. You are trying to locate multiple judgments through which you can get the idea that, yes, this is 98% relevant, this is 99% relevant, and this is how I can customize my current case with reference to this case. So this is how you can do your research. There are various other methods, but I guess for today's session, let's keep it basic, and through which I have given you the thumb rule, that is the how can you filter down the query to the bare minimum words, and how can you research in case you have multiple keywords on your hand. Now, let me show you one very good feature of SCC Online, that is, in case you would like to make the compendium or case compilation with the help of the software, then how can you do that? So whenever you make the compendium or compilation with your manual efforts, it can take up a lot of time, because first of all, you need to organize all the judgments in a series, and then you have to make the index, the citation, and the pagination as well. So now everything has been, we can say, can be done with the help of the software in SCC Online, and I'll just show you the method in just 2 or 3 minutes. So in order to make the compendium, students, first of all, please remember, you need some documents through which you can make the compendium. And the documents should not be created by you, should not be a customized documents. It should be only those documents which are present in the SCC Online. It can be an article, it can be a digest note, it can be anything, right? So let's take some judgment and let's take some digest notes for our example. So I'm just taking these 4 judgments in my compendium. So first of all, this one, and I have to click on this icon now, that is called add to my SCC Online folders. This simply means that I'm going to create a new folder in the SCC Online web edition, through which I'll be able to make the compendium. Now, this folder which you're going to create is only and only accessible by your login ID. None of the other students or colleague or faculty member can see what's inside of your folder. So we click on change folder, click on new folder. You can create n number of folders, there is no limit. Can rename the folder. So JECRC. All right, enter, select the folder and click on OK. So we have successfully uploaded one file inside of that folder. Similarly, we'll just redo those steps one more time. JECRC. Third one, folder, OK. Folder, OK. And let's take some digest notes, high code digest notes. All right. And there you go. So I have successfully uploaded, I guess, 5 to 6 files inside of a folder. Now, the other work is very simple. I'll just go onto this screen, that is my client sessions, and I go onto this my folders and click on view folders. I click onto it and I will get to see all those folders which have been created by me, and also the judgments or the documents which have been uploaded by me. Now, how can I create a compendium? Please click on the result list over here. And let me zoom in the screen for you. Please go into this middle icon, action bar, and go to this last icon that is called create case compilation. You click onto it, and then it will ask you what should be the sequence of the judgments which are going to be present in the compendium. So the judgment should be on the top, judgment, then this judgment, and then this judgment. So 3 judgments are on the top, then 2 digest notes, and then 1 judgment on the last. There you go. Page size A4 or legal, and then click on create. This is all you have to do. First, upload the documents. Second, create the compendium by just defining the sequence. And as per the sequence which you have defined, it will give you the pagination. It will define the pagination in the compendium. So there you go. A table of contents is already, we can say, available over here. So Suresh Kula versus Vijay Kula judgment is available on page number 1. Second judgment is available on page number 2 and page number 3 as well. And the third judgment goes or starts from page number 4. So this is how you can customize your compendium, right? Now you can also add the image by clicking over here. You can also do all the personalization which you want. This is purely editable. In case you want to download this information can be downloaded by clicking on this icon. Similarly, if you click on the pages, then all the pages with the page nation defined are available. So number 1, number 2, number 3 is the same judgment, and number 4 is the third judgment. This is how you can create the compendium. You click on this icon, both the files have been downloaded, and you will be able to see the compendium right away. So this is very handy and it can save a lot of time. Again, I would like to ask from the student side if they have any confusion regarding how they can create the compendium, and if they would like me to redo the steps one more time. All right, I'll just move ahead. Students, I've already recorded this session for you. In case you wanted to see the recording, I'll just share it with the faculty members and the principal, sir. In case you want some self-help, then the self-help center is over here. That is the help center in which we have added the video representation and the pictorial representation of each and every feature which you would like to use. Nonetheless, please do not worry regarding the invitation because we have already talked about this. We will send you the invitation through which you'll be able to log in via MyLoft, and therefore you'll be able to log in the SCC Online as well. So till now, I guess I can open the question answers round. Mr. Anna, are you there on the call right now? Just a second. Mr. Anna, are you there? Okay. Students, any questions, any doubts from any of the features which we have shown till now? I have kept some advanced features because it can be too much for just one session. So I just wanted to keep it slow and steady. So I just wanted to know if you have grasped all the information or 50% of it. And in case you have any doubt, please let me know. I can just simply answer to your questions.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
this is Umesh Chauhan. I wanted to know, like, as you said, that we can create the compendium or compilation for being presented to the court.
Yes.
Now, when we create this, since recently there was a ruling where all this thing data can now be accepted in the A4 size.
Yes.
So there are fonts also which are prescribed by the court. Is it that way, or you have things which conform directly to the requirements of the court?
All the fonts which have been directed by the course are already available over here in the font section. These are the only fonts which is acceptable. So only those selective fonts are over here. And also you were talking about the A4 size. Then the compendium asks you to print in the A4 size and in the legal page size as well.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Such a nice question. Any other student who would like to ask any questions? All right. Till the time questions are coming up, let me just also share one last information, which is very, we can say, important for the students. That is this SCC Online blog. Now, this SCC Online blog is free for all, and I believe you have already been to this website a couple of times before as well. But over here, I would just like to focus only on one thing. The rest of the things, I guess, you can already explore it by yourself, and that is the case briefs. Sometimes we are concerned about the latest cases in the legal fraternity, and those latest cases cannot be uploaded on the same day in SCC Online. It takes a lot of time. It can take up to 72 hours to get uploaded in SCC Online web edition. Now, in order to get the summary or in order to get the information of what that case is all about, you can go to the SCC Online blog and you can go to the Supreme Court section and you can get to see all those latest things which are happening in our legal fraternity. So we can say arbitrator cannot rewrite contract for parties. Arbitral award based on no evidence or in ignorance of quitable evidence comes in the help of patent illegality. Now, if I click on this has been added on the same day it was pronounced. So July 31st, this is how it goes, that a division of comprising of this and this judges, facts and appeal, analysis and observation, scrolling down, and deceive. Now, the moment this judgment is available in order to put in the SCC Online, then you can surely put it in SCC Online. But till that time, you still get the idea that yes, this is something, this is some information through which I can rely upon, and I can get or I can research upon my notes. So I guess that is the last information which I wanted to cover in this example. The rest of the things, I guess you can already explore in SCC Online. So yes, back to you students. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I request the faculty members to give me the permission to conclude this session.
So one last query, if you don't
Yeah.
mind, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like right now, we are associated in this college as students. So we will be able to use your data openly, freely, or there is some traffic. There is some limitation on how much data we download. And suppose if an outsider wants to use this, who's not a student, then what are the subscription charges and all that? Do we come to know that from your website or something?
Yeah, absolutely. So once you go to the our website, let me just show it to you real quick. So there you go. You click on subscription and you go to new subscription. There you go. Subscription. So you have the subscription packages for the individual, for the institution, and for the law firm. It depends upon your area, and you can get the pricing over here. And in case you wanted to subscribe and you wanted to discuss with the team, then you can certainly note down the email address, or you can just click on subscribe and our team will certainly contact you. So I'll just give you the information of the contact details as well, so that you can certainly get in touch with us regarding all those details. Here you go. So it's in the chat box. You can feel free to note it down, and certainly you can reach out with all the pricing and all the details which you want for the individual customer. Any other questions, students? All right. Mr. Chandra Prakash Gupta, sir, are you there on the call?
Thank you, sir, for your valuable time and contribution for all our students' support regarding this guidelines and circumstances, situations. But due to circumstances, I think some students are not joining this program.
No problem, sir. No problem. That is why we have recorded this session, and we'll give the recording to the faculty members. I would just like to confirm this from which Monica ma'am. Monica ma'am, are you there on the call right now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, basically students needs to use the MyLoft, and in order to use a MyLoft, ma'am, I would require some information for the student side, like their email ID, their we can say name, and their city, and I will give them the invitation right away.
Okay, sir. I will provide you.
Yes, ma'am. So we can coordinate offline as well, and you can just provide me that information, and the students will be able to use the MyLoft. Regarding the recording, ma'am, I'll provide to you, and then you can straight away coordinate with the student.
Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Chandra Prakash Gupta, sir, for organizing this session. It was such a beautiful session, and the questions were really good. I hope I have given some information for the students today, and it can be some of the benefit for the students as well. And for the future sessions as well, please keep me updated, sir. I would love to do another session for this particular university. Thank you so much for your time, students, members, and Mr. Chandra Prakash Gupta, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'll end this meeting for everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Studying a little bit of you.